Mister. My name is Dereni Sandora. My student ID number 19, 1006, 17, and 12. I'm from class D10. I will describe appearance and character of two my friends, whose name Asteria Intia and Dewi Sartika. To begin with, Asteria Intia. She appearance complexion 10, height tall, 8. She is older than me. Looks beautiful, pretty, cool, and attractive. Character polite, honest, diligent, confident, optimist, and good at cooking. Dewi Sartika, she appearance complexion 10, height of medium height 8. She is younger than me. Build or figure fat, look beautiful, pretty, cool, and long curly hair. Character polite, honest, generous, diligent, confident, trustworthy, and smart. Thank you.
I will reading a story about Rapunzel. There were once a man and woman who had long in vain wished for a child. At length the woman hoped that God was about to grant her desire. Those people had a little window at the back of their house from which a splendid garden could be seen. Which was full of the most beautiful flowers and herbs. It was, however, surrounded by a high wall, and no one dared to go into it because it belonged to an enchantress who had great power and was dreaded by all the world. One day the woman was standing by this window and looking down into the garden, when she saw a bed which was planted with the most beautiful rampion or Rapunzel. And it looked so fresh and green that she longed for it, and had the greatest desire to at home. This desire increased every day, and as she knew that she could not get any of it, she quite pined away, and looked pale and miserable. Then her husband was alarmed and asked what ailed thee, dear wife. Ah, she replied, if I cannot get some of the rampion, which is in the garden behind our house, to eat, I shall die. The man, who loved her, thought, sooner than let thy wife die, bring her some of the rampion thyself. Let it cost thee what it will in the twilight of the evening. He clambered down over the wall into the garden of the enchantress. Hastily closed a handful of rampion and took it to his wife. She at once made herself a salad of it and ate it with much relish. She, however, liked it so much, so very much, that the next day she longed for it 3 times as much as before. If he was to have any rest, her husband must once more descend into the garden in the gloom of evening. Therefore, he let himself down again. But when he had clambered down the wall, he was terribly afraid, for he saw the enchantress standing before him. "How canst thou dare," said she with angry look, "to descend into my garden and steal my rampion like a thief? Thou shalt suffer for it." "Ah," answered he, "let mercy take the place of justice. I only made up my mind to do it out of necessity. My wife saw your rampion from the window, and felt such a longing for it that she would have died if she had not got some to eat." Then she enchantress allowed her anger to be softened, and said to him, "If the case be as thou sayest, I will allow thee to take away with thee as much rampion as thou wilt. Only I make one condition. Thou must give me the child which thy wife will bring into the world. It shall be well treated, and I will care for it like a mother." The man in his terror consented to everything, and when the woman was brought to bed, the enchantress appeared and once gave the child of the name of Rapunzel, and took it away with her. Rapunzel grew into the most beautiful child beneath the sun. When she was 12 years old, the enchantress shut her into a tower which lay in a forest, and had neither stairs nor door, but quite at the top was a little window. When the enchantress wanted to go in, she placed herself beneath it and cried, "Rapunzel, Rapunzel, let down your hair to me." Rapunzel had magnificent long hair, fine as spun gold, and when she heard the voice of the enchantress, she unfastened her bathing dresses, wound them round one of the hooks of window above, and then the hair fell 20 ells down, and the enchantress climbed up by it. After a year or two, it came to pass that the king's son rode through the forest and went by the tower. Then he heard a song, which was so charming that he stood still and listened. This was Rapunzel, who in her solitude passed her time in letting her sweet voice resound. The king's son wanted to climb up to her and looked for the door of the tower, but none was to be found. He rode home, but the singing had so deeply touched his heart that every day he went out into the forest and listened to it. Once, when he was standing behind a tree, I saw that an enchantress came there, and he heard how she cried, "Rapunzel, Rapunzel, let down your hair." Then Rapunzel let down the braids of her hair, and the enchantress climbed up to her. "If that is the ladder by which one mounts, I will for once try my fortune," said he, and the next day when it began to grow dark, he went to the tower and cried, "Rapunzel, Rapunzel, let down your hair." Immediately the hair fell down and the king's son climbed up. At first Rapunzel was terribly frightened when a man such as her eyes had never yet beheld came to her, but the king's son began to talk to her quite like a friend, and told her that his heart had been so stirred that it had let him have no rest, and he had been forced to see her. Then Rapunzel lost her fear, and when he asked her if she would take him for her husband, and she said so that he was young and handsome, she thought, "He will love me more than all them cattle does." And she said yes, and laid her hand in this. She said, "I will willingly go away with thee, but I do not know how to get down. Bring with thee a skein of silk every time that thou comest, and I will weave a ladder with it, and when that is ready I will descend, and thou wilt take me on the old woman came by day." The enchantress remarked nothing of this, until once Rapunzel said to her, "Tell me, Dame Gator, how it happens that you are so much eager for me to draw up then the young king's son? He is with me in a moment." "Ah, thou fixed child," cried the enchantress, "what do I hear thee say? I thought I had separated thee from all the world, and yet thou hast deceived me." In her anger she called Rapunzel beautiful tresses, wrapped them twice round her left hand, said a pair of scissors with the right, and snap, they were cut off, and the lovely bride lay on the ground, and she was so pitiless that she took poor Rapunzel into a desert where she had to live in great grief and misery. When the same day, however, that she cast out Rapunzel, the enchantress in the evening fastened the braids of her wig she had cut off to the hook of the window, and when the king's son came and cried, "Rapunzel, Rapunzel, let down your hair," she let the hair down. The king's son exclaimed, but he did not find his dearest Rapunzel above, but the enchantress who gazed at him with wicked and venomous looks. "Ha!" she cried mockingly, "thou bold thy dearest, but the beautiful bird sits no longer singing in the nest. The cat has got it, and will strike out thy eyes, and well, Rapunzel is lost to thee, thou wilt never see her more." The king's son was beside himself with pain, and in his despair he leapt down from the tower. He escaped with his life, but the thorn into which he fell pierced his eyes. Then he wandered quite blind about the forest, ate nothing but roots and berries, and did nothing but lament and weep over the loss of this dearest wife. Thus he roamed about in misery for some years, and at length came to the desert where Rapunzel, with the twins to which she had given birth, a boy and girl, lived in wretchedness. He heard a voice, and it seemed so familiar to him that he went towards it, and when he approached Rapunzel, knew him, and fell on his neck and wept. Two of her tears wetted his eyes, and they grew clear again, and he could see with them as before. He led her to his kingdom, where he was joyfully received, and they lived for a long time afterwards, happy and contented. I will to translate of the story about Rapunzel. Pernah ada seorang pria dan seorang wanita yang telah lama sia-sia menginginkan anak. Akhirnya, wanita itu berharap bahwa Allah akan memenuhi keinginannya. Orang-orang ini memiliki jendela kecil di belakang rumah mereka dari mana sebuah taman yang indah dapat dilihat, yang penuh dengan bunga dan herba yang paling indah. Itu bagaimanapun dikelilingi oleh dinding tinggi dan tidak ada yang berani masuk ke dalamnya karena milik seorang wanita yang memiliki kekuatan besar dan ditakuti oleh seluruh dunia. Suatu Suatu hari wanita itu berdiri di dekat jendela ini dan memandang ke bawah ke taman. Ketika dia melihat sebuah tempat tidur yang ditanam dengan rampion atau Rapunzel yang paling indah, dan itu tampak begitu segar dan hijau, sehingga dia merindukannya dan memiliki keinginan terbesar untuk memakannya. Hasrat ini meningkat setiap hari, dan ketika dia tahu bahwa dia tidak bisa mendapatkan apapun dari itu, dia cukup panik dan tampak pucat dan sengsara. Kemudian suaminya khawatir dan bertanya, "Apa yang merasukimu, istri tercinta?" Jawabnya, "Jika saya tidak bisa mendapatkan sedikit rampion yang ada di taman di belakang rumah kami untuk makan, saya akan mati." Pria itu yang mencintainya berpikir lebih cepat daripada membiarkan istrimu mati, membawakan dia beberapa rampion. "Dirimu, biarkan itu terjadi." Di senja hari, dia memanjat tembok menuju taman Enchantress itu dengan tergesa-gesa mencengkram segenggam rampion dan membawanya kepada istrinya. Dia segera membuat salad untuk dirinya sendiri dan memakannya dengan banyak nikmat. Dia bagaimanapun sangat menyukainya, sangat, bahwa keesokan harinya dia merindukan hal itu 3 kali lebih banyak seperti sebelumnya. Jika ia harus beristirahat, suaminya harus sekali lagi turun ke taman. Oleh karena itu, dalam keremangan malam, ia merendahkan dirinya lagi. Tetapi ketika dia memanjat dinding, dia sangat takut, karena dia melihat Enchantress itu berdiri di depannya. "Berani sekali engkau," katanya dengan tatapan marah, "untuk datang ke kebunku dan mencuri rampionku. Pencuri, kau harus menderita untuk itu." Jawab dia, "Biarlah belas kasihan menggantikan keadilan. Aku hanya memutuskan untuk melakukan karena kebutuhan. Istri saya melihat rampion Anda dari jendela dan merasakan kerinduan seperti itu, bahwa dia akan mati jika dia tidak punya beberapa untuk makan." Maka Enchantress itu membiarkan kemarahannya dilenakkan dan berkata kepadanya, "Jika kasusnya seperti yang engkau katakan, aku akan membiarkan engkau mengambil pemberontakan sebanyak yang engkau kehendaki. Hanya aku yang membuat satu syarat, engkau harus memberiku anak yang akan dibawa istrimu ke dunia. Ini akan diperlakukan dengan baik, dan aku akan menjaganya seperti seorang ibu." Pria dalam ketakutannya menyetujui segala sesuatu, dan ketika wanita itu dibawa ke tempat tidur, Enchantress muncul sekaligus memberi anak itu nama Rapunzel dan membawanya pergi. Rapunzel tumbuh menjadi anak tercantik di bawah matahari. Ketika dia berusia 12 tahun, Enchantress itu menutup dia ke dalam menara yang terletak di hutan dan tidak memiliki tangga maupun pintu. Tetapi cukup di bagian atas adalah jendela kecil. Ketika Enchantress ingin masuk, ia menempatkan dirinya di bawahnya dan berteriak, "Rapunzel, Rapunzel, Rapunzel, turunkan rambutmu untukku." Rapunzel memiliki rambut panjang yang indah, halus seperti memutar emas, dan ketika dia mendengar suara dari wanita itu, dia membuka rambutnya yang dijalin, mengikatnya pada salah satu kait dari jendela di atas, dan kemudian rambutnya turun 20 ekor, dan Enchantress memanjat oleh itu. Setelah 1 atau 2 tahun, putra raja pergi melewati hutan dan melewati menara. Kemudian dia mendengar sebuah lagu yang begitu menawan sehingga dia berdiri diam dan mendengarkan. Ini adalah Rapunzel yang dalam kesendiriannya menghabiskan waktunya untuk membuat suaranya bergema. Putra raja ingin memanjat ke arahnya dan mencari pintu menara, tetapi tidak ada yang ditemukan. Dia dalam perjalanan pulang, tetapi nyanyian itu sangat menyentuh hatinya, sehingga setiap hari dia pergi ke hutan dan mendengarkannya. Sekali ketika ia berdiri seperti itu di belakang pohon, ia melihat bahwa seorang wanita penyihir datang ke sana dan ia mendengar bagaimana dia menangis. Rapunzel, Rapunzel, turunkan rambutmu. Kemudian Rapunzel menurunkan rambutnya dan wanita itu menghampirinya. Jika itu adalah tangga dengan yang satu gunung, aku akan mencoba keberuntunganku, katanya dan hari berikutnya ketika mulai menjadi gelap, dia pergi ke menara dan menangis. Rapunzel, Rapunzel, turunkan rambutmu. Segera rambut turun dan putra raja naik ke atas. Awalnya Rapunzel sangat ketakutan ketika seorang pria seperti matanya belum pernah melihat datang kepadanya. Tetapi putra raja mulai berbicara kepadanya bagaikan seorang teman dan memberitahu dia bahwa hatinya telah sedemikian tersentuh sehingga tidak dapat beristirahat, dan dia dipaksa untuk menemuinya. Lalu Rapunzel kehilangan ketakutannya, dan saat dia memintanya ambil dia untuk suaminya, dan dia melihat bahwa dia masih muda dan tampan, dia berpikir dia akan mencintaiku lebih dari nyonya Gothel tua. Dan dia berkata, ya, dan meletakkan tangannya pada suaminya. Dia berkata, saya akan dengan sukarela pergi bersama engkau, tetapi saya tidak tahu bagaimana untuk turun. Bawalah bersamamu sebuah skein sutra setiap kali engkau datang, dan aku akan menenun tangga dengannya. Dan ketika itu sudah siap, aku akan turun, dan engkau akan membawaku pada kudamu. Mereka setuju bahwa sampai saat itu dia hendaknya datang kepadanya setiap malam, karena wanita tua itu datang pada siang hari. Akan tetapi itu tidak mengatakan apa-apa tentang hal ini. Sampai setelah Rapunzel berkata padanya, katakan padaku, Dame Gothel, bagaimana itu terjadi bahwa kau lebih berat dariku daripada putra raja muda itu? Dia bersamaku sebentar. Ah, wahai anak yang jahat, menangislah sang penyihir. Apa yang aku dengar darimu, katakan. Saya pikir saya telah memisahkan engkau dari seluruh dunia, namun engkau telah menipu saya. Dengan kemarahannya dia mencengkram rambut indah Rapunzel, membungkus mereka 2 kali di tangan kirinya, merebut gunting dengan tangan kanan dan memotong patah mereka dipotong, dan kepangan indah terhampar di tanah. Dan dia begitu kejam sehingga dia membawa Rapunzel malang itu ke gurun di mana dia harus hidup dalam kesedihan dan penderitaan. Akan tetapi pada hari yang sama ia mengusir Rapunzel. Wanita itu pada malam hari mengikat kepang rambut yang telah ia potong pada kait jendela, dan pada waktu putra raja datang menangis, Rapunzel, Rapunzel, turunkan rambutmu. Dia membiarkan rambutnya tergerai. Putra raja naik, tetapi ia tidak menemukan Rapunzel kesayangannya di atas. Tetapi wanita yang mempesona itu, ia menatapnya dengan tatapan jahat dan penuh kebencian. Dia menangis mengejek, engkau akan mengambil yang tersayangmu. Tapi burung cantik itu tidak duduk lagi bernyanyi di sarang. Kucing telah mendapatkannya dan akan mencakar matamu juga. Rapunzel telah hilang bagimu, engkau tidak akan pernah melihatnya lagi, karena raja sangat menderita dan dalam keputusannya dia melompat turun dari menara. Dia melarikan diri dengan nyawanya, tetapi duri-duri di mana dia jatuh menusuk matanya. Kemudian ia mengembara dengan buta di sekitar hutan, tidak makan apa-apa, akar dan buah, dan tidak melakukan apa-apa selain meratap dan menangis atas kehilangan istri tercinta. Demikianlah ia mengembara dalam kesengsaraan selama beberapa tahun, dan akhirnya tiba di gurun tempat Rapunzel bersama anak-anak kembar yang telah ia lahirkan, seorang anak laki-laki dan seorang anak perempuan, hidup dalam kemalangan. Dia mendengar suara dan tampaknya begitu akrab baginya bahwa ia pergi ke arah itu, dan ketika ia mendekat, Rapunzel mengenal dan jatuh di lehernya dan menangis. 2 air matanya membasahi matanya dan matanya menjadi jernih lagi, dan dia dapat melihat bersama mereka seperti sebelumnya. Dia menuntun perempuan itu ke kerajaannya, di mana dia diterima dengan penuh sukacita, dan mereka hidup untuk waktu yang lama sesudahnya bahagia dan puas. Thank you.